The Eucharist by Simeon Dumdum, Jr. And now the angels encompass the altar as would the head, the pointed leaves of laurel. The priest goes on, with Christ standing behind, to spread his hands over the bread and wine, asking the Spirit like dew to descend upon the altar offerings and then transform the bread and wine into the corpus, the body and the blood of the Lord Jesus. Holding the host, the priest goes on to utter the words that Christ had said at the Last Supper after he blessed the bread. "This is my body, eat it," intending no analogy, because the substance of the bread became his flesh. The bread did not remain the same. Similarly with the chalice of wine, which, after they had proceeded to dine, he raised and blessed, saying, "This is my blood, which for the pardon of sins will be shed," inviting one and all to drink of it and do what he did to perpetuate his memory. And so, what has unfurled this hour on this daylight part of the world, on every altar, from sunrise to sunset, is a pure sacrifice, lest we forget that night in Calvary, the palindrome of the Lord's death, one and the same genome, the same oblation, the same sacrifice, the one on Calvary, to be precise, the bloody crucifixion, happened once and for all. God wills its continuance, however, in the Mass, in an unbloody manner, no less real, with no agony, because Christ rose and has been glorified, and with his resurrection death has died. Earlier, Christ said that he wanted us to eat his flesh and drink his blood. And this we in the Mass do by partaking of the bread and wine, food coming from above, being the true body and blood of Christ, the best, most wondrous meal ever devised. Indeed, a foretaste of the wedding banquet in heaven, of the Church and God incarnate. This is the food that heals a wounded world, which fills with things its hunger for the Lord. By Simeon Dumdum, Jr., Monday, Thursday, April 9, 2020.